Greetings, I'm Robin Mansfield, and this is Goddess Guidance for the week of October 17th through October 23rd. And we had a lot going on this week. Wow. You know, we've been talking about releasing, and getting prepared for action and things that are coming, the universe granting us our wishes and our desires. And this week, wow, we have a lot of action coming on Wednesday. And that is when Mars, the planet of action, crosses over the path of Pluto, the planet of revolution. And that's going to happen on a Wednesday. And it just so happens that it happens on the day when we have the third presidential debate. So we're either going to have an explosion, or we're really going to have a meeting of the minds, one or the other. It's either going to be, now Mars is the planet of action, so he typically puts his foot up your butt and says, okay, let's get going. And Pluto, the planet of revolution, says, let's remove everything that isn't working, okay, and get rid of all the decay. Now, if they work together, it could be phenomenal. It could be awesome. We could make great change, great transformation, great progress. But if they butt heads and they have different viewpoints of how things are going to get done or what needs to get done, it could be pretty scary. So in terms of the debate, which I don't really want to talk about political stuff here, but it's just a general feeling of what's happening energy-wise all around the planet. Everything coming to a head and just like people's viewpoints. And so you're going to experience this in your own life, where you have people around you who may not necessarily jive with what you're trying to accomplish. So we really have to pull in the Libra energy here, okay? We're in the month of Libra. We still have a couple of days left of that. So we really have to draw on that energy. And the energy of Libra is co-creation, communication, partnership. This is very important this week, okay? Co-creation, communication, partnership, all right? Divine feminine, divine male, working in unison, okay? And this is going to be very important for drawing in your goddess energies, okay? Not letting the male energy run rampant this week, okay? Just kind of like, this is where it's going to be very important to be your female self, bring in those divine feminine energies, and just kind of smooth over any situation that looks like it's going to boil over, okay? Because that could happen this week if we're not conscious. Okay, it's going to be very important to be conscious. When you see things starting to heat up and get tempered, step back. Think for a minute before you speak. Okay, it's going to be very important this week. All right, so how do we draw in the goddess? Well, we have our magic silver ball here with our tricks for the week. And why do we use silver? That's a good question. Silver is the color of the goddess. All right, so this is the color of moonlight. It brings in psychic energies. Silver is working with the internal, the hidden. Okay, it's drawing in the goddess energies. It's working with inner reflection, self-containment. And we're going to need to really work this energy. So surround yourself with a lot of silver this week. Wear all of your silver jewelry so that you bring in that quiet gentleness. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that the goddess is always quiet and gentle. She's not. Okay? She's very powerful. All right? We just have to learn how to work our feminine. All right? And that's going to be important. The goddess cannot be contained or controlled or confined. She is the infinite wisdom and the beauty of the universe. She's wild and free, untamed, and full of creative potential. To harness that power, one must flow with the wind, rise and ebb like the sea, and breathe with the stars. All right. So, speaking of working with the goddess, okay, this week, in order to get all these energies flowing the way they should be, we're going to start with the root chakra, okay? Very important. Let's ground ourselves, center ourselves, and align ourselves with our inner being. Okay, this is how we're going to get this energy flowing. so that when things start to hit the fan, we're prepared. Okay? Grounding, centering, aligning. Best stone for that? Dun, dun, dun. Smoky quartz. This is a beautiful example of smoky quartz. This is an celestial smoky quartz. You can see all the little patterns here of how the quartz is formed. Those are called celestials. And it's hidden because it's the secret side. And then this is the outside, which looks like a regular point. Smoky quartz is really good for just, you can place this anywhere, all right? I like to place it kind of like here, all right? Or you can hold it in your hands and just let everything drain out that doesn't serve into the stones, okay? And just kind of breathe in and breathe out and let everything flow into the smoky quartz. That's one grounding stone, okay? Then we have my other favorite grounding stone, which is garnet. And this is a magnificent example of Indian garnet, meaning that it came from India. Beautiful almandine garnet, rich brownish red, luscious, just holding this. You can just feel it flowing through your hands and your arms and into your root chakra and down into your soul star, up into your soul star chakra and down into your earth star chakra, okay? Now most people talk about the 7 chakras. Just so you know, there's actually 88,000 chakras, okay? And I like to talk about at least 12 of them, including the soul star and the earth star, but that's for another episode. Right now we're going to work with the root chakra and the earth star chakra, and garnet is great for helping you ground and center and get in touch with the divine feminine energies that reside in your root chakra. Okay, the manifestation, I am here, I have purpose, I have will. That's garnet, okay? And you can also use, if you're familiar with hematite, this is a silver earth grounding stone, very feminine. This is also good for grounding and centering and alignment, and also for protection. Okay, so little hematites here are always fun to have. Try to use regular hematite and not the magnetic. All right, and you'll find that the energy is much different. All right, and last but not least, we have the goddess that we're going to work with this week. And she is the ultimate goddess, Kali Ma, or Kali. Kali is a Hindu goddess, and I can just see everybody right now going, oh my God, Kali. But she's a grounding goddess. And she also works really well with Pluto because she understands Pluto. She understands when we have to destroy things that don't work anymore and then rebuild them. That's what Kali does. That's what she's all about. So when we work with the Mars energy this week and we work with the Pluto energy, Kali is the one who's going to understand that. And she's going to help you get through that. Just call on her and say, Kali, please help me get through this tumultuous moment, or this, whatever this project is that you have to get done. She's your greatest ally. If anyone understands transformation, it's Kali. Now, here's a very important thing to remember. When you're working with Kali, she's very powerful and very swift. So, either be prepared to move very quickly and very powerfully, or ask her to be gentle. Ask her to go slowly with you. Okay, now I know that's hard because we're working with Kali, but we can ask her to go deep, and deep transformation, okay, instead of swift and powerful. Because Kali's the kind of goddess where you ask her for a new job, she'll get you fired, and then she'll say, okay, now you can look for a new job. And we don't want to move like that. So just be, mindful of how you speak with her, okay? And that's the only caveat in working with Kali. She's a magnificent, loving goddess. She's nothing to be afraid of. And she is definitely the energy that we want to work with this week. Now, speaking of energies that we want to work with this week, we have some classes going on at Goddess in Eden, and one of them is learning about Ayurveda. And I would like to introduce the teacher for the Ayurveda, Darlene Barbaretti. Darlene.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good.
Come on in here, girl.
I'm coming. Well, it's interesting because you were speaking about how everything is a new beginning, and that's kind of some of the things that I want to bring to the table as well. Starting an Ayurveda lifestyle is a new change, and we do want it to go slowly because we can change quickly. The most difficult thing for someone to do is to stop or start something that they're not used to. We don't know how, and then we get discouraged and we end up just stopping and quitting. So with the class that we're going to be bringing in, it's going to be a slow transformation into a new lifestyle gently with a diet that consists of, simple changes, that food that we can eat and enjoy, nothing that we're not going to like, we're not going to do it that quickly at the beginning. And we're going to bring in yoga moves that are going to help, again, with the root chakra. That's what we're going to be actually starting today, which is down at the bottom. So sitting is one of the main parts because that's where the root chakra typically is. And we're going to work on that a little bit later. And then the breathing techniques, which is to slow down our mind, slow down our thought process, our breathing, and then get ready for slowly transforming.
Taking a step back, using our feminine energies, and going into transformation.
So it works very nicely together. So it was a perfect time to put this together.
Awesome. All right, so Darlene will be here on Thursday. She'll be here at 7:30, and it will be beginning Ayurveda. And we also have many other classes available. Check out our website at goddessineden.com. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next week.